Good Thursday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thursday's SITREP situational report here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz, founder, CEO here at TGO. Man, what an interesting week it has been, from a rise in interest rates scaring the market to Jerome Powell coming in and soothing markets to it not being so soothed today. A lot to cover, a lot to unpack. Need to start with some political stuff, though, because politics is interconnected to the markets, folks. I mean, take a look at what's going on right now. That's trying to get like a sausage squeezed together. Here's the Pelosi payoff. This quote $1.9 trillion quote stimulus package, 9% is going to COVID. What's non-COVID? Union pensions, because as an average American, you should be bailing out union pensions. What? You heard me. How about blue state bailouts? I live in a fiscally responsible state, Florida. How about Texas? Isn't it great that folks in fiscally responsible states have to bail out blue shitholes? Right? Minneapolis, Chicago, California, New York, New Jersey. So they go bankrupt because of their horrible fiscal spending, promising unions everything under the moon, right? Oh, you'll retire at the age of 30, full benefits, medical the rest of your life. We'll never be able to pay for that, but we'll take care of that down the road. Well, apparently everybody else in America is going to take care of this. Who doesn't need more money than Planned Parenthood, folks? Nothing says COVID health spending like abortion. Universities, because universities are broke, right? How big's Harvard's endowment? Look at the endowments for some of these schools, folks. If they actually took their endowment and gave it to kids, they'd never have to pay. Nobody would have to pay for college for like 100 years. But universities should be bailed out. How about the good old National Endowment for the Arts? Schumer's bridge from New York to Canada, which clearly is important in COVID, and Pelosi's Silicon Valley tunnel. That's your tax money at work, folks. And guess what? You can't do a damn thing about it. Love or hate Donald Trump, folks. The guy came in, walked into Washington, turned the lights on in the kitchen, and showed you where all the roaches were. Apparently, voters last year said, you know what, let's just turn the lights back off. We don't need to see any of this stuff. Really? You believe that happened? This is where your tax money is going in this stimulus bill, folks. It's a disgrace. More of a disgrace this week, the United States Navy. The United States Navy is going to make sailors reaffirm their oath to the Constitution in extremism stand down. So if North Korea is getting ready for another underground nuke test, China is going to invade Taiwan, Iran's building a nuke and shooting rockets at our forces in Iraq, the racist Secretary of Defense is doing a stand down for 60 days to find extremism, right? Because that's a big deal for the Department of Defense. Of course, extremism, I'm fairly certain, doesn't mean Black Lives Matter and burning cities for 7 months and looting. Or Antifa, right? That's not extremism. Probably just other stuff. How do I know that? Well, the Navy also says that if you like or share extremist posts on your social media, you're going to get in trouble. Why do I bring this up? Oh, and here you go. The Chief of Naval Operations, who's a complete idiot. U.S. Navy report calls for new diversity and inclusivity pledge, right? So now you're going to have to reaffirm your oath to the Constitution because we don't trust you. We didn't trust you the first time you did it, but now we're going to make you do it again. And now you're going to make a pledge. Why am I rambling about this? I'm not rambling, folks. Do you think China, do you think North Korea, do you think Iran, do you think Russia looks at what's going on in our military and it strikes fear into their heart? I know Marine buddies who years ago took oaths to turning our enemies into hair, teeth, and eyeballs. Now, it's this. This military has become a laughingstock. This is Obama 3.0. Obama destroyed the United States military like Jimmy Carter did. Remember all the mishaps we had under Obama? They slashed flight hours. Hell, the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds didn't fly for years because they couldn't afford sequestration, folks. I'm bringing this up because our enemies, if I was a general in the People's Liberation Army doing my daily look at America report, this is hysterical to me. As an American, I weep. How dare you make me reaffirm my oath? When I raised my right hand, I gave my word. I took an oath to the Constitution, not to a man, to a woman, to a set of ideals on a piece of paper. Well, Wiz, we're going to make you do it again because we don't believe you. In other great news here in America, believe all women unless they're accusing a Democrat. Emmy award-winning Governor Cuomo, his ex-aide, sexual harassment claims. This is another woman in the past couple months. Not a peep out of his brother on CNN, who used to interview him all the time. Not a peep on the major news networks. Not a word. But if you're a potential Supreme Court justice, believe every woman. We're going to drag out some lady who 40 years ago in high school said you might have done something. She has no evidence, but we're going to believe her. Isn't this a disgrace? What can you do about it? Nothing. The media controls the narrative, man. They're not covering Governor Cuomo and this woman. Apparently she's lying, right, Governor Cuomo? Right, Democrats? Where's AOC? Where's Chuck Schumer? Where's Senator Gillibrand from New York? Where's all the New York politicians to say, we believe you, ma'am? Hell, they don't even care that he's murdered thousands of his own residents in his own state. You think they're going to care about this woman's sexual harassment claim? Believe all women with an asterisk, unless they're accusing a Democrat. It's a disgrace. Speaking of an absolute disgrace, I should have moved this. Let me move this over here because this is just insane. House Democrats ask Biden to give up sole power to launch nuclear bombs. Actually, that is fake news somewhat in the headline. The president never has sole launch authority. I'm not going to make your eyes glaze over, but essentially what they're getting at is the guy's got dementia and we can't trust you with the new codes. Maybe you'll think you're playing, Mario Karts with your granddaughters. The nuclear bomb, folks, listen to me. There's a concept called MAD, mutually assured destruction. The reason the Soviet Unions haven't nuked us or invaded us yet, Biden's term ain't over, is what? Mutually assured destruction. You launch an attack on us to vaporize us, you're going to get vaporized back. Now, let's have Democrats come up with a committee to launch nukes. Sitting in NORAD. Sir, there's a confirmed missile launch out of North Korea coming from the United States. Okay, well, let's get a conference to get it hits in 3 minutes. Can you get device click, boom, they're all dead. Again, this shows our enemies, folks. I'm rambling about this, folks, because you want to talk about a black swan event? It's coming. We've had these events under Obama. We didn't have that many under Trump. We had market implosions because of a trade war under Trump. But the international stuff, one of the best quotes I ever sat here watched the guy say live was, I'm going to rain fire and fury down on North Korea the likes the world has never seen. Democrats frothed at the mouth. He's going to get us all killed into a nuclear war. What did cream of some young guy do? Holy crap, this guy's crazier than me. Let me go to the negotiating table before he kills me. Twice. Now what's going on? North Korea and Iran are back in bed. North Korea is helping Iran finish their nuclear weapons. Iran's demanding reparations from us. That's a key Democratic word. And North Korea is most likely going to do an underground missile test or a ICBM test. You can count on that. So here we go, folks. The Navy, feel good, all sorts of stuff, taking launch authority away. It's just, you have to keep this stuff in your scan. This is what I teach you here at Top Gun Options. You have to be strategic. Before you jump in at the market any day just to start trading in GameStop or all that type of stuff, you got to take your binoculars, go up to the bridge of your aircraft carrier, and look down range. These are all chickens that will come home to roost. If you're Xi Jinping, you look at this stuff and laugh and go, yeah, okay. Why don't we invade Taiwan the day that the Navy's having stand-down sensitivity training, right? It's a disgrace, folks. This country really is spinning out of control. Love or hate Donald Trump, man. The messenger was bad. The dude was just narcissistic, bad. I lost quote-unquote friends. I had a former squadron mate call me a traitor for criticizing Donald Trump. I'm an equal opportunity criticizer, folks, right? But love or hate the guy, he at least put America first. Here comes Joe Biden getting rid of the Donald Trump's operation to look in the Chinese influence in our universities. Got rid of that. Got rid of what? Operation Talon. Donald Trump's task force to look into child trafficking and all the disgustingness going on. Maybe Joe's afraid his son will get caught up in that dragnet. We needed a better messenger than Donald Trump. But after 8 years of Obama, a smooth-talking black guy like Lando Calrissian from Cloud City, Chicago. After 8 years of that, people went, okay, we need this, to the other end of the extreme, which was wrong. And now we're trying, I thought we'd get back to the middle here, but I love people. Joe Biden's not going to, he'll rule as a moderate. He's always been that guy. 52, 60 king orders, right? He just took his pen out and started signing. It's just, I weep for what's going on in this country, folks. It is bad. As I said, I'm going to worry about my Top Gun Options member, me, my family, my partners, and my close circle of friends. Everybody else, good luck, man. It's over with. Me having to bail out Seattle and Portland because they want to defund the police and Antifa and BLM burn their cities to the ground. That's the United States of America. That's fair. Is that fair to you? Government ordered businesses closed due to this pandemic, and you can't make a living. You can't feed your family. Yeah, but those people are burning my business down. Well, we're not going to throw them in jail. We'll throw you in jail if you try and open your business. Somebody tell me how we reconcile that. Iran really starting to rattle their saber. Folks, I love when I'm wrong with these things. Right? I love when I'm wrong. I was predicting that Donald Trump was going to strike Korea. We had 3 carrier strike groups, like more iron in the Pacific than the Battle of Midway, man. And I was wrong. Why? Because I found out later that he actually sent that dude like a picture from a drone, like with a bullseye on his head. Like, I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to kill 26 million North Koreans. Thank you. I'm going to kill you. And that brought him to the table. Right? So there was teeth behind words. Right? General Soleimani from the terrorist organization, the Iranian Republican Guard, it was designated a terrorist organization underneath Obama. He was designated as one of the world's leading terrorists under Obama. They didn't kill him. He should have been killed. He killed 608 sailors, Marines, and soldiers in Iraq. His forces. Right? Trump finally killed the guy. We put teeth behind what we say we're going to do. Now we have Obama 3.0, and this is going to happen. I'm dropping anchor here because they want compensation for what Trump did. And as they're demanding compensation, they're firing rockets at our forces, trying to kill Americans. Maybe Biden will fly billions of dollars in cash on unmarked airplanes in the middle of the night to the mullahs to maybe try and make nice. Because that worked out for us well last time, didn't it? Of course it didn't. Anyway. Oh yeah, so here's what's going. This is your Department of Defense, folks, and your State Department. So we're getting shot at. Potentially U.S. forces are going to get killed. Our response? We're outraged. Okay? But we won't lash out. This reminds me of flying combat sorties over Iraq in Operation Southern Watch under Bill Clinton. What were our rules of engagement? We had to take the first hit. We had to be shot first in order to protect ourselves. So the Biden administration is outraged that in Iraq, Iranian forces are trying to kill us. But we're not going to lash out. God forbid, because if you do lash out, they might want to kill you more. But not lashing out will not. It's stupid. Whatever. GameStop, here we go again. E-Trade activity pre-markets was off the chart as meme stock mania accelerates pre-market. Folks, this is gambling. Do not trade any of these names. You're insane. Do not trade any of these names. Not even drinking money, okay? Not even drinking money. It's physical gambling. I'd have more fun flying first class to Vegas, staying in the Cosmo, nice room, going out and just blowing it on the craps table. I'd have more fun doing that than trading these names. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to end just as badly as the last time. We had a good debrief this morning with talking about interest rates this week. But, this is why this is interesting. So Jerome Powell this week in his 2 days of testimony said everything that the market needed to hear. And I wrote this, I just put this in our bio. Look at this. It's remarkable. Markets are ignoring everything the Fed speakers are saying. Brainerd a little while ago said, or Bullard, the Fed will be less preemptive to tighten than in the past. That's completely bullish. Has the Fed finally lost all credibility? If the Fed has lost all credibility, folks, this will be the big one. What do I mean by the big one? Absolute implosion. I have always said the big one will happen when the market doesn't believe the Fed is strong enough to keep us up here anymore. This will be the Fred Sanford. That will be the big one. We will absolutely implode. There will be no bottom. The Fed put, quote unquote, that's underneath this market will not be strong enough to hold us. So be very, very careful right around now. Okay? Most of these have been buy the dip opportunities. But, we're back here at this 38.50 level. We hit 38.50, what was that, Tuesday? We had a little drill bit almost down to the 50-day, and now we're back to, about 38.50 right now. So this was an overreaction to interest rates. That was the Wall Street bets rebellion that was squashed. So we need to probably consolidate a little bit here before we head higher. We only head higher if the markets start to digest what Jerome Powell said this week. Unemployment sucks, or employment sucks, and we're not raising rates for years to come. That should be bullish, and it doesn't look like it is today. Okay. I bought 1,000 shares at JP Morgan earlier in the week. This is my live account right there. That's the portfolio margin account. This is the dead account that it's got to be married to. So JP Morgan, I bought 1,000 shares and sold the 152.5 upside calls against it. Looks like I might be keeping that. So this portfolio right here, this live portfolio, has over almost $1.5 million worth of market positions. This one over here has, there you go, almost the same. So I have about currently $3 million worth of open positions. So putting my money where my mouth is and feeling pretty bullish if, like I said, we're going to believe Jerome. And you have to, folks. You can't fight the Fed. You're not strong enough to fight Jerome Powell, low interest rates, and, oh, by the way, Nancy Pelosi's bridge and Chuck's bridge and Planned Parenthood. All that stimulus is going to go somewhere, right? I agree with the Republicans, man. I'm not a Republican. I've renounced it. I'm an independent. But the Republicans are right in this case that the $900 billion, let's just round up. What's a trillion? $100 billion between friends. The $1 trillion that they passed before the end of the year really hasn't even been deployed into the economy yet. Now we're going to shove another $1.9 trillion in there. No wonder the market's freaking out that we might see inflation tick up and the Fed have to act. All of that liquidity has to go somewhere, folks. Unless we're Weimar Germany buying a loaf of bread with a wheelbarrow full of Deutschmarks. The Fed eventually is going to have to raise interest rates. When it does, not if, when it does, it's going to be an absolute shit show in the market. But we'll be ready to take advantage of that when, not if it happens. It is going to happen. So, okay, guys, like I said, very interesting week. A lot of lessons learned, a lot of potential good stuff going on. I might sit here a little longer. I might actually get bullish on the S&P 500 and buy some calls here out about a month up at the 3,900 level. We were at 39. Well, we opened at what? 39.15. That's a big drop. I might go out about a month and buy those 3,900s. Was it the 25th would be about a month? Well, actually, if we're going to bounce back, it's going to be sooner rather than later. Maybe the 12th. Well, I'm not going to sit here and do this and take your time. That's most likely what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy this dip. This is not the big one. It could be. I could be wrong. Over the weekend, the market participants, everybody could get together and go, you know what? This is the Fed just ain't strong enough. Let's all get out. And next week could be horrible. I don't think that's going to be the case because a lot of these have been buy the dip recently. Look at this the whole way up. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip massively. Sell it? No. I don't think so. I trust me, I got my bearish bones in my body, but it's just not right now, in my opinion. All right, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you later.